Let us continue the chapter with new topic deliverables and outcomes. So let us see what are the deliverables and outcomes. During logical database design, an analyst must account for every data element on a system, input or output, form or report, and on the ER diagram or class diagram. So what the analyst must account for? He has to take into consideration each and every element on a system, whether it is an input or it is output, if it is a form or report, or it can be ER diagram, or he has to also consider a class diagram. Okay, class diagram if programmatically. Okay, everything. Each data element, example customer name, product description or purchase price, must be a piece of raw data kept in the system's database, or in the case of a data element on a system output, the element can be derived from data in the database. What the analyst also must do here, all the data which are required are kept in the database. A piece of raw data kept in the database, for example here customer name, product description or purchase price. So these are this tells that this table is related to a company which sells some products to a particular customer. So, and we can derive some data from these elements and present it as a output. So for example, one easy example I have given here, how the age can be derived from the date of birth. So in this example we can take a number of days taken to deliver a product. So how you can derive that data as output? With the help of order date and the delivery date, we can derive a new output which is the number of days taken to deliver that particular item or product. The primary key attribute, that attribute whose value is unique across all occurrences of a relation, is indicated by an underline, and an attribute of a relation, that is primary key of another relation, is indicated by a dashed underline. This you might have seen in the entity relationship diagram, ER diagram. So in the ER diagram we mention every primary key using a dashed underline with the underline. Okay, and the foreign key or a reference key is denoted using or indicated using a dashed underline. So primary key is denoted using a underline, and foreign key is indicated using a dashed underline. A relation is named and its attributes are listed within parentheses. In logical database design, we have to when we consider a relation, the relation you have to think of as a table with row and columns, and it is named, and its attributes are, or attributes means columns, are listed within parentheses. Okay, here is an example. Customer is a relation. Okay, that means a table. It has two columns. Columns are known as attributes, and attributes are customer ID and name. Another relation, order number, customer ID, order date. Product ID. Line item, order number, product ID, order quantity. So these are the four columns. So these are the initial four columns, four tables. These are the initial relation what we have obtained. Later on we get a normalized form of set of relations. Okay, so initially we get 4 relations. So then here this is the integrated set of relations obtained from the previous 4 tables or relations. So here you can find a new table called invoice. Okay, uh, so let us see, one is customer table, customer ID, customer name, same as previous, customer ID, customer and name. And product ID, same as previous. Invoice, this is the new table, invoice number, invoice date, order number. Okay, and then the order table, same as previous one. Okay, order number, customer ID, order date. And the last one is line item, order number, product ID, order quantity, same as last. Then one more table is added, that is shipment, invoice number, invoice date and ship quantity. So this is the integrated set of relations. In physical database design, an analyst translates the relation from logical database design into specifications for computer files. So later on he can convert these relations into suitable for computer files. For most information system, these files will be tables in relational database. These specifications are sufficient for programmers and database analysts to code the definitions of the database. So why we need these relational databases? So these are very clear, and this will help the programmers and database analysts to code the definitions of the database. The coding done during systems implementation is written in special database definition and processing languages such as structured query language, or by filling in table definition forms such with the Microsoft Access. So either you can use structured query language. Most of the times we use query languages in softwares like Oracle, and we can make use of table definition forms like in Microsoft Access, and you can do the implementation of this logical database design. So this is a normalized form of the previous tables. So here you can see slight differences. Here we have added some more columns like customer ID, name, address is added here. Product ID, product table has now product ID as well as description. Order table has the same columns like order number, customer ID, order date. Invoice table, invoice number, order number, invoice date. Line item, order number, product ID and order quantity. And shipment now slightly changed. Instead of order ID, it is using foreign key. Which one? Product ID. Invoice number, product ID and ship quantity. And some changes, order is changed. So final set of normalized relations. This display of shipment table definition illustrates choices made for several physical database. All design decisions, all 3 attributes from shipment relation and no attributes from other relations have been grouped together to form the fields of the shipment table. So in shipment relation you can see all the 3 tables are grouped together to make the shipment table. The invoice number field has been given a data type of text with the maximum length of 10 characters. The invoice number field is required because it is part of primary key for the shipment table. The value that makes every row of the shipment table unique ID is a combination of invoice number and the product ID. So what that table, how the table is made, shipment table is made from the previous tables, means the we have to input rows into that table which are present in the invoice table as well as in the order table. An index is defined for invoice number field, but because there may be several rows in the shipment table for the same invoice, different products on the same invoice, duplicate index value are allowed. So invoice number is what we will call a secondary key. So in this table we can have duplicate values also. There is a no we have, if even if we have mentioned primary key and foreign key, but we have not given it a unique key. It is not mentioned as a unique key. Okay, so we can repeat the columns, we repeat the rows, not columns, we repeat the rows. So duplicate value, because there can be many orders, there can be one order id but many items. So with one order id we can have more than one item. So this table can have uh, repeated key values. Thank you.